Rental car company tried charging me for an extra day, so I didn't give the car until last minute. I rented a car for 5 weeks while my car was being repaired from a car accident. The rental company had a couple great policies: no cleaning fee no matter how gross the car was, and unlimited miles. Ideal for me, I live in the country and going anywhere is a drive. When my car was finally scheduled to be finished, a Monday evening, I called the rental car company on Sunday, asked about return details. They said return time would be 5:30 p.m. Monday, but I could just leave it at the shop and leave the keys in the shop's drop box. I said sure, and next night I went, got my car. Left keys in the box, got in my car and check engine light is on. Fudge, staff says come back tomorrow and we will fix it. I go home thinking that I will be sitting at the shop all Tuesday because no other ride. Tuesday morning I wake up at 7 a.m. to the rental car company very angry and saying that they can't get into the drop box and shop doesn't open till 9. I tell them I just did what they said to do. They told me that they would be charging me an extra day. At that I'm furious. I leave my house later and arrive at the ship at 8:50. Rental car guys aren't there. I sit around and shop opens. I grab the rental keys and give them my car. Right on time rental car guys appear. They demand the keys and I ask if I'm still getting charged for an extra day. One guy is inspecting the car while the other tells me yes, I'm getting charged an extra day. Guy inspecting it comes over and day's car looks good, it should be ready to rent out immediately. I had cleaned it the day before because I didn't want to be a dick. Well, I refused to give him the keys. Since I'm getting charged an extra day, that means it's my car until 5:30 today, right? At that he gets nervous, says they need the car back. I will give you the keys now if you don't charge me an extra day, but if I'm charged an extra day I'm using it. He refuses to bend, so I leave. At this point I'm petty and angry. So I go straight home. I own a farm and it has been raining like mad lately. I get to work. By the time 10 a.m. rolls around, the car is covered in mud. Like this black car looks painted brown. I didn't trash the inside because I'm not that petty. I hop in the car and drive to the rental place. I'm pretty covered in mud at this point. I had put trash bags on the front seat to limit it. I walk into the rental place looking like I fell into a mud pit. The guy who refused to cancel the charge looks horrified. I tell them this car is great for mudding. I'm gonna go mudding for the rest of the day. Just swinging by to ask where to put the keys at 5:30, I'm all smiles and dripping sweetness. I watch the life leave him, his shoulders slump, and he says if I return the car now they will cancel the charge because they need to rent out the car. I give him the keys and take an Uber to the shop where my car is ready. No cleaning fee and no extra day charge. Ha. Edit. Alright, might as well address the few things y'all are bitching about, lol. The Uber. I called the Uber after I walked out of the rental car place. It took half an hour to arrive. I had brought extra trash bags, so I stripped down a bit, shorts and undershirt, and put on 2 trash bags that I cut holes in. Put my clothes in a bag, let the mud on my exposed body parts flake off. Did I look absolutely ridiculous? Yes. Did I get mud in some poor stranger's car? No, I didn't want to actually ruin the day for some kid getting minimum wage. That's why I only mud the outside. That's a pretty easy clean. I didn't want to wreck anyone's day, even the butthole that charged me. My goal was to make the car messy and shocking enough to get them to not charge me because they were desperate to get it back. If the outside is that bad, what did he do to the inside? The car was $91 a day, first 3 weeks $39 a day, and then went up for last 2 weeks to $91, and my insurance did not cover it. I was not willing to let $91 slide. The keys were left at the auto shop in the auto shop's key box. That key box was not open at 7 a.m. when rental car company went to get the car. When I went around 9 a.m. to drop my car off, the auto shop opened the box for me and gave me the rental car keys. Rental car people appeared a few minutes later. Sorry if spelling and grammar ain't great. It isn't a thesis. Pretty crappy to charge you for the day that they had already rented that car to another person. That was double dipping rental of the same car for the same day. Enterprise tried doing this to me. Parking lot in the front, key drop off in the back. They had me on camera walking up to the box, putting my keys on while looking at the camera and walking away. 2 days later they called asking when I was going to drop my rental off and that they would have to charge me up the butt. They didn't like my reply, man shrugging. I had a similar experience with an apartment. State law says landlords can't double dip. They can't charge an early termination fee for breaking a lease if the apartment is leased to a new tenant. I go and give my notice and I discuss with them how I'm going to look for a new tenant. They agree. I find a perfect couple with great credit. A day or so later, I send them to the apartment to do the credit check and they come back and tell me that the landlord says the unit isn't available. I go to the landlord. I'm told there's another unit on the other side of the complex that is being remodeled. It was already rented out and was behind schedule. The apartment can't take my tenants because the people for the remodeled apartment are going to stay in my apartment until theirs is ready. Great. I say, since you have a tenant I don't have to pay an early termination fee. Well no, the landlord says, I found this tenant not you, so you still have to pay. I remind them of the state law, which does not specify who finds the tenant, it just says they can't charge me and charge the new tenant for the same days. Landlord starts to look shifty and says they aren't collecting rent from the new tenant. This makes me believe the new tenant was either their friend or they had screwed this new tenant over somehow and were trying to make it right by pulling a fast one on me. I told them I found a tenant and they had violated the agreement by refusing to even run their credit and that I wasn't going to pay a late fee. If they were leasing out the apartment for no money, that wasn't my problem. There was a lot more bickering before the end. We moved out without checking out or leaving a forwarding address, we just left the keys in the apartment. They called me a few days later bitching about a bunch of damage that didn't exist and how I owed them money, and this isn't the last you'll hear from us. I've had the same phone number for many years since then, but I've never heard a thing from them. My mom was in a car accident a few years back. The shop that did the repairs was partnered with nationally known rental company, so they had a few cars on hand to lend out. Anyway, after she got her car back, she left the rental with the shop. They said they'd take care of everything, and forgot about it, so the rental company is charging her for the extra days when she supposedly didn't return it. The insurance won't cover it because it wasn't part of the 2-week deal for her car getting repaired, and the shop employees are denying it was on their lot because they know they fudged up. I hate people sometimes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. It's free. Check out some other videos I've made.